So on February 13th, February 14th in Manila, 9 a.m., there will be a good boxing match to watch out. And there are a number of fights on that day, but I think the one that we should all watch is the fight between Joseph Diaz and Shir Khan. I can't pronounce the first name, Rak, Rakhimov. Okay, let me talk to you about that, my prediction, and what I think about the fight. Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I gotta always share to you the box rec of the fighter, so you could have an idea about their records first. But I'm gonna definitely tell you who has the edge, who I think has the edge, and why we should all watch this fight. If you're looking for Filipino boxing or boxing in general, commentary or highlights or videos, this is the right channel for you. Anyway, so Joseph Diaz, Jojo as they call him, and Shere Khan. I can't really pronounce the first name, but let me try that. Shavkatdzhon Rakhimov. So here are the records. Let me just show them to you. All right. So let me just scroll. Okay. So on the first look, I can tell you already that this is a good fight. This is a good 5-star fight according to BoxRec, and it's gonna happen in Fantasy Spring Casino, Indio, California, in the United States. So the ranking in BoxRec is number 2 and number 5. Even though there's a big discrepancy in their fight records, 31 wins for Jojo Diaz, only one defeat against Gary Russell, and 50 knockouts, while Rakhimov only got 15 wins and 15 fights, and 12 of which coming by knockout. So this is promoted by Oscar De La Hoya, but here's what I think about this fight and why we should all watch this fight. Okay, so I think this fight has all the ingredients to be a good, maybe a good, really fiery, a lot of action boxing. I wouldn't call this. I wouldn't expect this to be a brawl type because Jojo Diaz is a very good boxer, but the Russian guy, Rakhimov, may make this one. Of course, as you can see, although Rakhimov here is taller with 5'8" height, and his reach is obviously probably much more longer. He's the kind of fighter that is aggressive early. So I see him looking for to engage early in the fight and make this hard, like a pressing action from the first round to the to the latter rounds. And I think the Russian, it's gonna be his first fight in the U.S., so he's gonna have to impress. And I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of energy and good conditioning. Because if he does not, I mean, Joseph Diaz can take in punishment, and he has done so in his last few fights. Diaz has a better per se opponents. We don't know much about the opponents of Rakimov, but Joseph Diaz has fought a number of better opponents, quality opponents based on their name. Tevin Farmer, Gary Russell, he lost there, but that was a good fight. And I'm sure he's able to surpass a lot of good pressure. So, but I think the key here for this Rakimov, this Russian guy, is really to attack and see what Jojo Diaz got in his defense. But I don't think it. In my point of view, it's just hard to go up against a much more experienced guy and a young guy, and still in his prime at 28 years old. The Russian guy is 26 years old, and he's been in that position, I believe, but he still continued to be to be aggressive. Although I think Diaz is kind of a defensive fighter. I think he can also make an attack, and he could oblige to the attacks of Rakimov. So it depends on their game plan, but I'm foreseeing a good back and forth action. Rakimov trying to engage in the first maybe first few rounds and see what he got. But if this goes beyond the seventh round or eighth rounds, if it goes beyond that, then I think the much more experienced Diaz is gonna take this by decision. Either way, I mean, no one has defeated Rakimov, and there's a lot of questions. Obviously, because we don't know. Maybe he's not really getting punished. I mean, he has won his all of his fights, so maybe this could end up in a knockout if he becomes too aggressive. But I just think Diaz is just too composed and too systematic for him to overcommit to a knockout. If it presents itself, I'm sure he's going to take advantage of that. But uh, in the end, I believe Diaz would still take this via decision. His last six fights, let me just show you. It's all decision, the last two fights, and one of which is via technical knockout. So I think it's going to be for by decision with Diaz winning the fight and defending his title for the first time. So, what do you think, guys? And by the way, I'm gonna be doing a live commentary of this fight on February 14, 9 a.m. in Manila. Of course, February 13 in the United States. So, I'll be going live. Let's talk about the fight and, of course, the undercards of the fights. Don't forget to subscribe.